Welcome to Full Court Tennis Advantage. I'm Brian Teacher, Australian Open champion, former world number 7, longtime coach, and founder of the Full Court Tennis app. In this episode, we explore how Taylor Fritz rose to world number 1 in the ITF junior rankings and how his path compares to 3 of today's top young stars, Alcaraz, Sinner, and Tsitsipas. We're going to look at the traits, training, and turning points that shaped their rise and how they develop mental and physical tools that help them break through. Taylor started playing in his backyard in Rancho Santa Fe with his father, Guy, a former pro, and his junior coach. He played basketball and lacrosse through his early teens. Then he chose at age 15 to focus solely on tennis. That decision Guy never forced. Guy's developmental philosophy was very clear. Taylor, first we need to learn to win in San Diego, okay? Then we can go up to LA. Once you start to win in LA, then we can go to national events. If you win national events, then we can go international. That philosophy helped Taylor stay confident, grounded, and competitive every step of the way. So after dominating locally and nationally, Taylor moved to ITF events. He broke into the top 10 after a win in Japan, beat Rublev, who was then world number 1 in Mexico, and then he had a finals in Roland Garros, and later that summer he won the Junior US Open and became ITF world number 1. At 17, he turned pro after back-to-back wins at challenger events. All 4 of these top players, Fritz, Alcaraz, Sinner, and Tsitsipas, share critical traits in their early journey. The first is there's a self-driven commitment, okay? Fritz chose to focus solely on tennis at 15. Alcaraz asked his dad to train more, even though his dad was a coach like Fritz. The drive came from Carlos. And Sinner, who was a national skiing champ and played soccer at 13, quit it all to move across Italy to Piatti's Tennis Center. Tsitsipas told his father, who was also his coach at age 9, I want to become a tennis player. None of these players were pushed. They all pushed themselves, and they all played multi-sport backgrounds. Alcaraz was soccer, swimming, and tennis. Sinner, national level skiing champion, soccer and tennis. Fritz, basketball, lacrosse, and tennis. And Tsitsipas, soccer, swimming, and tennis. All multi-sport training gave them athletic range, balance, and resilience. In addition, they all focused on match play over drills. Guy Fritz, Taylor's dad, emphasized winning real matches before moving up to the national level. Alcaraz built toughness through endless sets and local match play. And Sinner skipped junior ITF tournaments altogether to compete in men's challengers. And Tsitsipas, like Fritz, climbed the ITF junior rankings to 1 in the world through match repetition and performance. Okay, what they all share in common is they built their competitive grit through match play, not just drilling. So what about the mental development and developing their brain? Well, Fritz had a major mindset breakthrough at the US Open Juniors. He learned to breathe, reset, and stay composed. And that was a skill that translated into his back-to-back pro wins. Alcaraz said early on, I'm not strong mentally. Over time, though, through his love of the game, and he liked to say he focused on joy, he built mental confidence through hard work. His mantra, smiling is the key to everything. Sinner trains with formula medicine to enhance focus, brain efficiency, and emotional control. Tsitsipas uses meditation, breathing, and emotional self-regulation to reach flow and stay grounded. He draws on mindfulness and Buddhist philosophy. So mental toughness with these guys came from structured mental training and learning from setbacks. So what was their physical preparation and growth that they shared? Well, Alcaraz trained from age 15 with former number 1 in the world Juan Carlos Ferrero and strength coach Juan Moreno. Sinner built a complete athletic frame, first with his skiing, then under Umberto Ferrara. He used techno gym tools, mobility drills, balance work, transformed him physically. Tsitsipas at age 14, when he joined Murtoglou Tennis Academy, he started focusing on enhancing his strength, ability, and endurance, and he likes to blend in a little yoga and preventative routines. Fritz emphasized movement and balance to support his natural power and serve, And once he was on the tour, he hired a fitness trainer full-time. So strength, balance, and durability were built methodically, each in their own way. Well, what sets these players apart, okay? From the pack, right? All four had strong coaching support, often from family, but the key was accountability. They all watched matches, they all reviewed footage, and they all asked, what did I do wrong? That's how mental toughness is built, not just through will, but through knowledge and change. You know, most players today do not have the luxury to have their coaches present in their matches to help them understand what they need to do to improve, to get to that next level. And that's where Full Court Tennis app and website comes in, where players can record their matches and then upload them, tag key moments, and get feedback from their coach, or you can hire one of our world-class coaches to analyze your match. You have to solve the reason you lose at every level to move up the ladder. Whether it's your serve, your footwork, or your mindset, growth starts with insight. The cycle: compete, reflect, fix, improve, and repeat again. If you're a parent, coach, or aspiring player, take notes from these top players. Start early, play other sports, compete often, watch your matches, and learn from your losses, and use Full Court Tennis to accelerate your progress. I'm Brian Teacher. Thanks for listening to Full Court Tennis Advantage.